5 players put up for sale as Arneslot sack stance emerges. The latest Liverpool headlines include the possibility of a major summer exodus of players and the club hierarchy's stance on Arneslot. The international break may give fans and clubs a chance to take a pause, but Liverpool have continued to generate headlines at a frantic pace. The future of Mohammedsalah has finally been resolved, with the Egyptian set to leave the club this summer. Former boss Jurgenklop also made his long-awaited return to Anfield for a legends clash against Borussia Dortmund. Current manager, Arneslot, is facing a crunch month in charge of the Reds, which begins on Saturday with an FA Cup quarter-final away to Manchester City. A Champions League last 16 first leg against PSG will follow just 4 days later. Today's news suggests that Salah's departure could be the first of many for the Reds this summer. Elsewhere, with Slot under pressure, an update has emerged on the Dutchman's Anfield future. As well as losing Salah, Reds bosses are reportedly gearing up to sell 4 other first-team players in the summer. These supposedly include Cody Gakpo and Alexis Mac Allister. Longtime servant Joe Gomez and Italian star Federico Chiesa are also said to be in the firing line. The exodus will only add to the uncertainty and instability currently plaguing Anfield. Rumours also suggest that Curtis Jones' future is also uncertain and Ibrahima Konate is yet to sign a new contract, with his current deal expiring in June. Liverpool's reported stance is somewhat at odds with Slot's comments late last year, where he insisted that keeping a group of players together for a long period of time pays dividends. Somewhat of a fire sale would surely mean an influx of more talent into Anfield this summer, which will come off the back of the £450 million they shelled out on players last summer. "I thought we played some very good football," Slot said. "That's helpful if players are together longer, and I think history has shown many times that the longer players are playing together, the bigger chance you have of winning something. If you add players to what you have, there's also a serious chance of improving. If you replace, like we've done, then it takes time, and then usually it gets better after a certain period of time." Despite growing calls from sections of the Liverpool fan base for Slot to lose his job, the 47-year-old is said to have the full support of the club's hierarchy, despite a disappointing second season in charge at Anfield. The Dutchman secured the Premier League title upon the first time of asking last campaign, but has struggled this year. However, The Athletic reports that Slot's handling of the tragic loss of Diogo Jota in the summer demonstrated great leadership, with the board happy at how he kept the squad bonded throughout the heavy loss. Serious injuries to the likes of Alexander Isak, Conor Bradley and Giovanni Leoni have also been taken into consideration for Slot's difficulties. The report adds, the Liverpool hierarchy does not believe that the Dutchman is effectively on trial until the end of the campaign. While former Liverpool star Xabi Alonso, who was sacked by Real Madrid earlier this year, has been linked with a return to Anfield should Slot get the sack, it's believed that Reds chiefs are not eyeing the Spaniard to take over either. The truth is that Slot now faces a tough month, with games against City and PSG coming before clashes with Crystal Palace and City rivals Everton. Liverpool's position may be clear, but this run of games could yet have a significant impact on the former Feyenoord manager's long-term future on Merseyside. Under Brendan Rodgers, Liverpool lost 18 games as they finished 6th in the Premier League that campaign, crashed out in the Champions League group stage, and lost in the semi-finals of both domestic cups. Asked about whether the losses will change his message to the players, Slot said, "I think throughout the season, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, you constantly adjust to what you think is necessary to win the next game. If you won 3, you're also wondering by yourself, what should I do next to make sure you're ready for the next one? This is also what the current situation is. The reaction is not always the same after the 15 losses we've had. You try to react in a way, or do the things that I think we as a staff think is necessary to either challenge them or get them back on track again for Wednesday. The first half was quite equal, and going into 2-0 down is not helpful for the mood, especially after the season we've had. Going out hoping to come back in the game, but then immediately to get punished with the 3 and 4-0. That's really hard to take. The only good thing was that we didn't concede more.